All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus. Vikings, as you can see, are in wonderful cap space, ranked 7th overall. This is all over the cap numbers, so pretty damn accurate. We're going to look into ways the Vikings could get even more.
You mean
cheddar to spend?
Go higher on this amazing chart you put together?
Absolutely, $58 million. There's some players out there that the Vikings should want to cut, not only because of the money savings, but because they're not very good. And we're going to do it for them. We're doing it for them.
That's nice of us. It's really nice that we're doing that for the Vikings.
So $58 million. I mean, Vikings, we know we want a guard. We want a defensive lineman. We need some help in the secondary. We're going to need some cheddar for that. But let's go to the easy ones here. Not the easy ones. There's some hard ones here. So this is just the list of players that we feel are probably on the chopping block. This isn't the list that we're getting rid of, but these are the guys, the savings we would save, and the dead cap space. As you can see, the dead cap space, not much. So,
yeah, those are some pretty scant numbers in the red there. But yeah, I mean, some of these are sticking out a lot more than others to me when I look at this list.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's and there's going to be other moves. There's going to be restructures. Hawkinson, they're saying they could restructure him. Van Ginkel could get a new contract. Brian O'Neill seems like that dude restructures every year. So they're going to find other ways to get some money. But like, if they're going to go all in, they got to make some tough moves. They got to make tough moves. And let's start off with Joshua Oliver. Yeah. I would say he's overachieved.
Here's the thing that the Josh Oliver signing, he brought in as this big run blocking tight end. Our running game is still dead last or damn near dead last in the NFL. $8 million for a guy who catches a couple passes here and there, and he does block well. He grades out very highly, but we still can't run the football consistently.
Well, and here's my thinking on Josh Oliver, and maybe he's the guy they restructure. They love him, they like him. There's no doubt, but $8 million is too much as far as savings. But if we're gonna go all in on some guards, like Josh Oliver would become expendable a little bit. And there's guys out there like the Michael Pruitts that are older, but they could play. They're a good blocking tight end, and you can get them for $1.5 million. It's too much money. Too much money
for a specific player who does one specific thing well, and for a team that doesn't even do that part of the offense well.
So I think we both agree. It's gone. We're taking the savings.
We're taking the savings there.
We're taking the savings. The next one, hot topic. Nobody wants him here. Everybody thinks we can improve on him. You save $5.25 million.
That's a nice number, and that dead cap money is nothing. And here's the thing, and this is the kicker, and this is where it gets confusing. Like you're going to probably need a new left guard, a new right guard, and then to do the center as well. That's a lot of change up front. That's why I tend to think Garrett Bradbury will be back. Will he get better with better help around him? Hopefully. Or at least maybe not such a glaring hole. But man, that 5.25 does seem very tempting.
I don't think he's going to get better with better guards around him. I think it'll just help mask it a little bit. The coaching staff loves him. He's going to finish out his contract. We get killed for this. We don't want him back.
No.
It's just we're predicting. And that's why we have him coming back, unfortunately. But we're going to get 2 beautiful new guards. So it'll be okay.
Look at you didn't want him back. You only circled half his name there, not even half his name. It's like
it's Garrett. He's going to be known by Garrett from now on. Let's go to Ed Ingram, 3.3. They benched him.
Yeah.
No, we can't see any way in hell he comes back.
No, you got Walter Rouse, you got Michael Juergens, you got other options already on the roster. I think Dan Feeney, he's still around too. $3.3 million. I was surprised the savings here with him. He was a second-round pick way back in 2022. To save that much for a guy who doesn't do anything, hell yeah. Put the red X on him now.
Honestly, the savings could probably be 0. I still think he doesn't. It's just like the ship has sailed.
Yeah.
And Juergens, we're going to sign 2 new guards. Henry Bird, who they seem to like quite a bit on the practice squad. There's options there. So Edward is gone. We're taking the savings. CJ Ham, local boy. Everybody loves the fullback. I don't.
Well, here's my thought. Get a tight end. If you get rid of Josh Oliver, get a tight end more of an H-back type who can go into the back.
Michael freaking
play
Pruitt.
That fullback role on those times when you actually use them. I know we used a little bit more this year than we did in the past, but I know he's a great special teamer, but a lot of guys are great special teamers. Yes, everybody loves CJ Ham, local legend here. But there's ways you can almost fill that role through elimination. Like I don't think there needs to be a fullback on this team.
I don't want a fullback on this team. We've won 0 championships with a fullback. 0. Time to move on.
We won 0 championships with a quarterback.
I don't care. I'm just saying it's time to move on from the fullback. Unfortunately, he's gone. We saved the 2.6. Brian Asamoah, kind of in the same category as Ed Ingram. The savings is only 1.4. Looking at middle linebacker, it's not like there's a guy. They're going to have to sign somebody, and maybe it costs the same amount, but it's just more like, you know what, let's just get somebody.
Not a ton of savings there, but you might as well just get what you can.
Sorry, Brian. Ty Chandler, 1.1. Aaron Jones, a question mark. Cam Akers, a question mark. So the cupboard is very bare.
Yeah, very deep draft class. You can get a quality guy probably on day 3 this year. Ty Chandler, definitely expendable, even with those minimal savings.
Ty Chandler, I mean, he brings nothing to the return game. Brings nothing as a running back. Sorry, being really rude. He doesn't. He doesn't bring anything. I'm sorry, man.
He doesn't. Excellent.
1.1. 1.1. Jalen Naylor. Go ahead.
Well, there's enough here. Like, I don't want him wide receiver 3, but I think he can be wide receiver 4. He can provide some depth on that receiver. He has shown flashes. Yes, he's also shown some very bad moments, poor blocking, some drop balls. You made the point that it always seems like he's, he's designed open. Like, he doesn't get open on his own. Like, the play just makes him the open guy. 1.1 million. Yeah, that's nice savings, but I still think he's probably your wide receiver 4. I don't want to be wide receiver 3, but he keep him around for some depth next year.
Yeah, everybody points to his great. See, he did have some shockingly weird good catches at the end, like some tough catches. So I want to give him credit, but everyone looks at all the touchdowns like they were right in the breadbasket. I mean, they weren't anything special. I love the fact that he got them, but I can't attribute that to him. I put it more on Sam Darnold and wide receiver 4. Have him come in and compete for wide receiver 3. Don't hand him wide receiver 3.
No,
just don't hand him.
Absolutely not. No.
But Jalen Naylor is sticking around. He
gets the green circle.
Blake Brandel, 3.2 million. But I think we both think he's coming back more as a depth piece, as somebody who's competing for somebody, but not handed that starting left guard.
Let's remember he can play some tackle as well, so he gives you some depth at multiple positions for the 3-point. For what you're gonna say. I mean, the savings is nice, but I don't want him starting. But having him on this roster does make sense.
Yeah, backup. If he's starting week 1, slamming the hog in the door. I'm slamming the hog in the car door too, not the inside door.
Just don't do the hood. The hood will take it right off.
Blake Brandel coming back. Jay Ward. Savings $866,000. Safety is completely depleted. I
don't even know what we ended this. Yeah, I mean, I would just go by Jay. You can't even line up right on special teams.
I mean, that was a couple of years ago. He finally saw the field a little bit, and you know what? I think he actually had a good playing corner this year at some point. Maybe it was preseason. I don't know. I was surprised to see it, but yeah, we'll just put him out. But overall, I mean, and Bradbury's still in the mix. Naylor, all these guys are still in the mix to get cut. But if we were just to do this, I mean, this bumps us up to 75.4 million.
Not bad.
Yeah, all the teams ahead of us, they're going to be making some cuts too. They're going to be getting some additional money, but 75 million to play with, not even counting the restructures.
When you look at where we're going to have to go, like eventually, the cornerbacks going to be expensive. The guards are going to be expensive. A D-tackle. Look at what Milton Williams did yesterday in the Super Bowl. His price tag just went up. The guy looked like a beast out there.
He is a beast.
So you need 75.4 million to bring in the help that you need to make this team Super Bowl competitive next year and beyond.
Yes, but the good news is the Vikings will have tons of cheddar. It sounds like from Kwesi and all the reports, they're going to spend that damn cheddar, and they're going to spend it wisely. It just will not be on Brian Asamoah.
No, or Jay Ward. Yeah. Let us know what you think in the comments. The Vikings' current cap space. Who may be cut? Who would you cut that we didn't? And who would you keep that we cut? Let us know. And remember this, a teaspoon of honey is actually the life work of 12 bees. 12 of them.
Thank you, bees.